Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Alter Ego Podcast. I'm your host, Jack Austin. With me, back and newly married, is the Cyborg.
I am back.
How are you,
newly
friend?
married, and I am a cyborg.
He is now Mr. Mark. Mr. Cyborg.
I found the perfect woman to interface with.
Mr. Borg. And you, Miss No Show, are finally back.
I was here last week.
That's right. Nobody remembers.
You've already given me 15 pounds of shit for not being here, so I don't need to ride this train any longer.
The way you were looking at it when you said miss, and then you paused for a second, I'm like, this could go anyway.
I'm also not a
It wasn't
miss
going to go well.
anymore.
Mrs.
Thank you.
Mrs. Where the fuck were you?
Yeah.
Serving our country.
It's not really serving your country if you're singing the national anthem.
Boasting about our country.
By that reasoning, Fergie has also served her country.
Oh, now see, that was a disgrace. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
That deserves an episode.
Speaking
all
of
on
no
its own.
shows, there's no Ryan today.
Yeah. What a loser.
He's like, guys, I can't make it. I'm busy this week.
You know what's
He's
funny?
He's watching Titans football and saving monsters. Or the hunters of monsters.
On the second show that we do, the Cigar City Sports, I was like, man, you're always here. You're always here. It's so cool that you're always here. And he's like, yeah. Then this week, no, I'm not showing up. I butter him up and
You
look what
pumped him up,
happens.
man.
Yeah.
We've also adjusted the schedule this week, so it's Sunday, so I get it.
Right.
It's Sunday right now. When you listen to this, it'll be Monday or maybe some other day. But
Go home and heat up my pressure cooker I got
Ooh.
from the wedding. Never had one before.
Very nice.
So it says I can make pulled chicken in 20 minutes.
Wow.
Let's see how
tell
this
us how
works out.
moist it is.
It should be very moist.
Pulled chicken in 20 minutes.
Because I'm an 8 hour in the crock pot kind of guy.
Me too.
So
Yeah.
we'll see how this
It's
works.
just
Yeah.
got to
I've been
basically be butter by the time I'm eating it.
I've been promised it tastes exactly the same.
Okay.
We shall
well,
see.
tune in next week to find out what happened to Mark's pressure-cooked pulled chicken. Was it as juicy as he hoped? Or does it taste like Ford Supply?
Oh.
This episode of Alter Ego is sponsored by Ford Supply Company, makers of all natural and organic soaps for men with scents like tropical teakwood, cypress. Oh my God!
Don't triple on your words there.
Tropical cypress. That's what I'm gonna do. Get some new made-up scents.
Yeah, rotisserie
Tropical.
chicken. Now that we're on the chicken
Gonna
topic,
get some tropical chingus, a little citrus pedoogle, and a little cypress pine.
could you imagine a rotisserie chicken scented soap?
Ugh. Actually, I would. If I was single and there was a brisket deodorant.
Oh,
Let
Why
me
do you
tell
have to
you
be
something.
single for that?
Because I already get enough attention as it is.
you don't know
I
how
can't-
men work.
I can't put anything. But I know if I did, I would use the promo code Alter Ego to get 10% off my order.
Go to
Ford soap, real soap, no bullshit. Oh my goodness! But on our first date,
That's how you lock it in, and then you just
we'd go to
get rid of it.
Tony Anello's. Tony Anello's Southern. Oh my God, I can't talk. You read
Ooh,
this.
boy.
Tony Anello's Southern Italian Cuisine and Grill is a hidden gem that is family owned and operated in the outskirts of St. Petersburg at 1136 Pinellas Bayway, South Tierra Verde, Florida.
No energy.
This is a must-try for a homemade Italian lunch or dinner. Just remember to bring your appetite because the portions are very generous. Call for reservation today at 727-867-3577 and check out TonyAnellos.com.
If this is the first time anybody ever listened to that ad, they're gonna be like, "Wow, she must hate that place."
Why is she falling down a well while she's reading about Tony Anellos? TonyAnellos.com.
Kicked her off a cliff. Oh my God. You got her. Oh my word.
That was funny.
That was funny. That
I love
was
how
good.
he moved the mic away. TonyAnellos.com.
I was never given a name. Oh my word.
Oh, God.
We've got the fuck arounds today, don't
Yeah,
we?
we
Yeah,
do.
this is what happens when we do it on a Sunday.
This is that Sunday recording feeling.
This is, oh shit, episode's coming out tomorrow.
I like that. I don't like having it queued up for a week.
I mean, I kind of like the Sunday. We'll see how this goes.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
I ain't mad
We'll see
about
how it goes. Oh my gosh. Speaking of see how it goes, an episode that we're going to be doing soon is on the Dune movie that was
Yes.
just released.
Dune.
Yes.
Have you watched it yet?
No.
No.
I'm on vacation next week. I think I'm going to go to the theater and watch it.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Super lonely experience.
That came up.
Maybe
And my
I'll-
fiance goes, I hate it when Dune is in my chocolatey milk. And it made me die fucking laughing. Does anybody else know that joke?
No.
No.
It's an old Dane Cook joke. I hate it when the movie Dune is in my chocolatey milk. Never mind. There's no context.
No.
Never mind.
There's no
I love
context.
Dane Cook too, so I'm sad I don't know that one.
He talks about stirring his chocolate milk and it poofs up in his
in my chocolatey milk.
Oh my God.
One person went, ha, I've heard that before.
Yeah. I knew that. I want to see this movie. I think it's going to be pretty damn good. There have been some rave reviews. Just be warned.
Mm-hmm.
I hear this is very much a part one. Like, there's not a lot of closure in this 3-hour movie.
I would say, isn't this book like 800 pages?
Yeah, and this is a franchise. Like they were not planning on making one.
And that's what they're selling it as. That you've probably seen it on TV. The next Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and all that is here.
You've seen it.
That's the thing. They're like other Star Wars.
Yeah.
Sandy Star Wars. That's what we're doing.
Which is funny. I went to go hit golf balls with a friend of mine. He was like, "So the new Star Wars is out." I was like, "What?"
Oh.
And he's like, "Dune." And I was like, "That is not
Shut
Star
up
Wars,
and
my
get
man."
out. Yeah. What is that shit?
I actually just stopped my truck and kicked him out into the street.
Oscar Isaac is in it, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
So maybe there's the crossover appeal.
Wow.
Maybe.
They're
not
that's what it is.
associated,
At
right?
the end of
He's in
Dune,
both movies. He's
at
in
the
Star
end of
Wars.
Dune,
Yeah,
he just
yeah.
pulls out a lightsaber.
But is it it's the
Wow.
same character?
No, just
That's
same
what I'm
actor.
saying.
I
I
just
was
meant
like,
maybe he
hold on
saw
a
the
damn
same
second.
actor in the
Oh,
trailer,
gotcha,
and he's
gotcha.
like, "Oh yeah, that guy."
I was
The
like,
Star Wars
I
man.
just learned something brand new. I did not think that was a.
And then Mark Hamill popped up, and he's like, "Oh my god."
Yeah. The worm just comes out and says, "May the force be with you."
Well.
So anyway, I'm excited to see that. But another movie and TV news, Ryan Reynolds came out after just wrapping filming on a movie with Will Ferrell that I'm going to have to see.
Oh my god.
Because that's going to be hysterical. But he said he is taking a sabbatical from making
Yeah.
movies.
3 weeks.
Who knows?
No,
I mean, like,
A
who
sabbatical
knows?
could be 2 weeks. So
But like, filming schedules are brutal.
he's probably taking off until he
Yeah.
gets that Deadpool dump truck full of money backed
Well,
up to his house.
he can afford to take probably like a year off. But then when Deadpool joins the Marvel Universe, it's going to be
Yeah.
a nonstop.
He's never going to stop working.
Right.
Does he have kids?
Yeah. He has 2 kids.
Young kids?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's why.
Which is probably why. And,
being a
you
good
know,
dad.
he's also about to be undertaking that, and he's the highest paid Marvel actor ever, and he hasn't even had a frame on screen for him.
I mean, he doesn't need to work. That's
Right.
for sure.
So that's probably why he's like, yeah, I'm going to take a little breaky break.
Because this is going to be the next decade of his life.
Yeah. Easily.
Yeah.
If not more.
He won't have time for other stuff.
I mean,
after this.
he clearly loves the Deadpool character, but we'll see. I bet you him doing it with Fox is kind of worn on him. But once he sees what Marvel has in store, he might be really into it.
Yeah, we can have
Who knows?
Deadpool versus Thanos finally in
Oh
an
my
alternate
gosh.
universe.
That I actually read that comic,
Did you?
Deadpool versus Thanos. It does not go the way you think it would go.
I've seen bits and pieces of it. I don't think I've
Yeah.
read it all.
It's really good.
Is it?
Well, really is a strong word. It's a decent
It's
comic.
interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll call it
It's
that.
a read. It's a read.
You can read it. It is fun.
It is a comic book.
There's pictures and words and bubbles.
So that's all I've got for TV and movie right now. There's a lot of stuff coming out, though. Ghostbusters Afterlife is coming out very
Yeah.
soon. Very interested in seeing that.
Paul Rudd has me locked in.
He does. I think
Always.
we're going to get Zool and all the old school stuff from the old Ghostbusters. So watch Ghostbusters #1 before you go watch the Afterlife.
That's not a bad idea.
You know what?
Especially all
Just
you-
spend a day. Watch Ghostbusters 1 and 2.
Yeah,
They're both
especially
really
all
good
you
movies.
young
and the girl one. Everybody
whippersnappers.
loves the girl one. They say it's the best one out of all of them.
Nobody ever said that in the history of movies. Nothing against those fantastic
I was waiting for
female
the cricket
actors,
sound
but
effect, but it didn't
jeez,
even come in.
I don't even know if I know where that one's queued up. That's
would've
perfect.
worked too.
The sad trombone. Wah, wah, wah. Anyway. But yeah. So Nintendo Switch, we were talking about this for a little while. They're upgrading their online services, which they're already the best.
They
Of
got some
anything.
good stuff. I mean, I don't know. You showed me your
So, like,
Xbox, and
they
I'm
were,
like, "Whoop."
yeah, no, that's good, but that is like $14 a month.
Oh,
So
value-wise,
Nintendo Switch was like $30 for the year.
Yep, $35 a year for a family plan.
For your family. So you get 5 memberships that get access to all that the entire year. You only pay it once. It's just so worth it.
But I hear they're getting ready to hike it up.
They are.
That's how they get you. They
They
get you
are.
locked in, and then they raise the price.
But really, even though they're hiking it up, they're still going to beat literally everyone. So they're adding all those retro N64 and Genesis games like we talked about, and they're adding that to your online. So if you play the online for the Switch, you get that automatically.
Oh, here we go. I bet it's going to be real expensive
They're
now, isn't it?
Yeah, it's $50 for the year.
That's not bad.
I know. I was setting you up.
I mean,
$50 for the year.
Yeah, and it's going to include the Animal Crossing DLC, which people are ape shit for Animal Crossing. I've never played it once, but apparently it's a pretty good game.
I don't know what the hype is on that train. I don't.
That's the...
Your wife plays that one, doesn't she?
Oh, yeah. I was
That's
going to say
like
the wife is all locked in.
Isn't
It's
that
all
like
inventory.
a Farmville type of
It's
game?
very Farmville.
See, now, I guess maybe I understand. My farm was the bomb.com back in Facebook Farmville.
Collect up a bunch of wood, you build a house.
Well,
that's what you do.
Plant
That's
fruit.
the game?
That's most of the game.
I've never
She
played
loves it.
Farmville or Sims or any of that stuff, so I
Yeah.
couldn't tell you.
Yeah. But she'll be happy to hear there's a DLC. But I mean, $50 a year is still...
It's like $8 a month.
The fact that they're adding all those games and not charging individually for them, which is what I thought they would do when they announced all that at the Switch or
Super
Nintendo
Mario,
Direct.
Zelda, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask.
You know all those games you love? You can play them for an additional $12 a year.
Yep.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
So Nintendo, as usual, destroying it and doing a great job.
So does that have to be like kept in storage if you have all those games? I'm assuming.
It's probably on the cloud online.
Yeah,
Okay.
you just because they do have games in there now. They just don't have N64. They don't have the top shelf stuff.
And also, to think about that and put it in perspective, the memory that it required for Ocarina of Time compared to what's on your standard gaming situation right now, it's not even going to make a dent. Unless they've done a major remaster, which I think we would have seen something. I don't think they've done a remaster like that. It's going to take literally no memory on your Switch.
And if they do it the way they're doing it right now, like if I play a Super Nintendo game, it's
Yeah.
a click and beep, it's just up.
It's on.
Yeah, no download, no nothing.
Right. Unless you have one of the big games with the cartridge that you put in which case sometimes there can be load times. But I highly doubt this will have
But
it.
like on the cloud service, yeah, it's just click and it's open,
Yeah.
which is
It's going to be an easy one. So that's what I've got for video game news. There's really not a lot of stuff to talk about
It's
today.
almost like we have one topic that we're going to focus on the whole time.
That's weird. That's weird.
Wow. But
Actually,
before we get into
this is gonna be the beefy one though. This is the Marvel news for the week.
it usually is, isn't
Yeah.
it? Marvel.
Yeah.
Lately.
I mean, we get a lot of stuff because DC does like this. They wait and they don't release anything, and then they talk about Fandome, and then that's their big info splurge. And you talk about that for a while, but then Marvel's consistently. They've also got more content, more franchises, more properties, more stuff that they're doing. They're also doing video games, comics, all that, and they release it all the time. So I don't know. But what I was happy to see was that Secret Invasion has started production. Which Secret Invasion is where the Marvel Universe does not know that a lot of major figureheads and superheroes have been replaced by Skrulls, and that people of major influence have been kidnapped. And this is where Nick Fury and a handful of superheroes are trying to bust that conspiracy wide open.
Do you think they're going to lean into it that hard? Is this going to be universe changing, or is this going to be like, one person was somebody else the whole time?
Oh my God.
I do think they're going to lean into it. I think there's a direct correlation from Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think Agent 13 was a Skrull. There's a couple.
She does act pretty uncharacteristic of herself.
Which is why I was like, I don't know.
And not that she's not already militant.
Well, especially because she was also, spoilers for Falcon and the Winter Soldier if you haven't seen it.
It's been out for 6 months.
She's talking about supplying huge governments and people with weapons from S.H.I.E.L.D. So her doing that as a Skrull makes more sense.
Makes a ton more sense.
I'm just wondering if they're going to be like, I don't even want to say anything specific, but this major Marvel character that passed away recently. That was a Skrull. She's alive. She's on a spaceship. It's fine. Let's beam her down.
What?
Well,
I hope they don't go that far, because then death has no meaning in the Marvel universe already.
Flashpoint all over again.
If it's a major Avenger like I think you're thinking, I don't think that
Can we
would
just say it? I mean, the movie's been
Black
out.
Widow?
Yeah. Like if they're like, here's Scarlett Johansson,
If you don't know the end of Endgame at this point, then you don't deserve.
But also, I don't think a Skrull would say, you know what? Let me sacrifice myself and have this touching moment with you, Clint Barton.
I'm not digging that deep in there. I'm just saying a major character that has left us to be brought back just like that, like an Iron Man.
Yeah.
Spoiler from the comics.
Yeah, right. It could be literally anybody.
Yeah.
I know in the comics, Captain America was one of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of big top tier characters that are Skrulls in the comic.
And I hope that's not the case, because the ones that we've lost, like, we had closure with it. Like, it's gone, it's done.
Yeah.
Next generation, let's move on.
And at this rate, like, it's been so long since we've lost them that it's just like, okay, it's been a couple years at this point. We've all gotten over it.
Yeah.
Time to move on.
Yeah. But I want to see that. Another production that just started, or started day one, production's already been started. They started day one of filming, was Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
Oh!
I know.
That's exciting.
So Thor Love and Thunder must be done by now.
Oh, yeah.
So they're done filming. We might even get a trailer for that, I think, with Spider-Man. We'll see a trailer. But
shit, that's soon, isn't it? Spider-Man comes out next
December.
Friday.
Next Friday.
I thought what comes out November 4th?
Eternals.
Oh shit, sorry. Yeah. I'm a movie ahead right now.
So a month and next Friday.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Chris Pratt put something on. It was a promo for Parks and Rec podcast that is done by, I think, Amy Poehler, and I think he was joining on that. And he said, "I'm getting ready to join that, but today is day one of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3."
Boy,
yeah. I wonder if they're just going to call it The Search for Gamora.
Was he supposed to release that information?
Yeah. Oh, obviously.
Okay.
He's not Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Or Mark Ruffalo.
Well, like, James Gunn hasn't really posted anything about it because he's been very, like, Peacemaker focused. So I think it's once Peacemaker has come and gone, then it's Guardians mode, and then it moves on to the next thing.
Probably.
He never really, like,
he's got to be one of the busiest men in, like, Hollywood right now.
He has multiple franchises in the two major companies.
Yes.
And yeah, we'll get into Peacemaker a little bit later, but yeah, that's exciting. So another guy who we've been wanting to see show up in the Marvel Universe, Charlie Cox, who played Daredevil in the Netflix series, has said, "Be careful what you wish for," in terms of Daredevil showing up in the MCU. Here's the direct quote from him. "Be careful what you wish for. If it doesn't quite come together in the same way, if it doesn't come together in quite the same way like it did in the series where he was the focal point, you don't want to taint what you've already got. So if we never come back, we've also got the great series." So I don't know if he's messing around with people, or if he's just trying to kind of subtly hint at it. Yeah. But either way,
I'm sure he's sick of hearing about it either way. Everything he does in life, he's like, "Are you going to be in the MCU?"
Right. Are you Daredevil again? Just tell us.
Any of those characters, any of those actors, I bet.
No, except for Finn Jones.
Yeah. No.
Nobody's asking him anything.
Sick. Tight.
Yeah.
Oh, TV movie news that I forgot that I should have said. Squid Games is now 214 million subscribers to watch Squid Games.
Wow. Have you guys watched it?
No, I have not taken the plunge, and I feel like I probably should.
I just finished it a couple days ago.
And your thoughts? Like, just yay or nay?
It's good. Yay.
Like, watch it?
Yay.
Okay.
I have mixed feelings about the end. That's all.
I know you do.
But everything leading up to the end is very good.
Okay.
And some people like the end. So it's just me and my own thoughts and what I wanted to happen.
Here's one that I'm excited for, that I instantly messaged all of you and told you go watch this, and I don't think you did.
I did.
Hit Monkey.
Oh, he did. He said to me, he's like, "Did you watch that video earlier?" I was like, "I don't know what the hell you're even talking about." The Hit Monkey thing, and I'm like, "Oh my god."
So there's an anime called Hit Monkey, which
doesn't look bad.
Which is getting put on by Marvel.
Yeah,
it's a Marvel comic,
and it's starring Jason Sudeikis, who is brilliant, and like his voiceover work is always super, super good. Yeah. And it's about a hitman who gets killed in front of this. What are they called?
Yakuza?
The types of monkeys.
Nope.
Don't know.
It's not a.
It's not a baboon. It's like the white monkeys that stay in the hot springs and stuff. Anyway. And he gets killed in front of it, and then his ghost is kind of tied to this monkey, and the monkey decides to become a hitman. I don't know if I'm selling this as well as it looks, but it looks fantastic.
I've seen panels from this comic before, and I'm like, this is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
So that's why it's going to be fantastic.
Yeah.
But I want to see that. Hit Monkey. Go watch the trailer and tell us what you think.
So this was like pre-Disney Plus. They signed this deal for MODOK and Hit Monkey, and I think there's one more coming up after this. I can't remember what it is, though. Was it Howard the Duck?
What they're called.
Japanese macaque.
Macaque.
So it says Hitmonkey is proportionally stronger and faster than a human being.
Well, he's a monkey.
Yeah.
So he is not superpowered, but he's stronger and faster than a human being. So he's basically like a superhuman.
No, he's
Only a
just,
monkey.
Just a monkey.
It's
you
super monkey.
gotta watch Every Which Way But Loose, and you'll understand how much stronger monkeys are than human beings.
Okay.
I'm in for Hit Monkey.
Me too.
I'm in too, but I wasn't as excited when he was first sent it to me, and I watched it, and I was like, okay, I'll watch it.
I can say this with minimum judgment because Ryan's not here. I jumped into the first episode of Star Wars Visions on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah.
I didn't like it.
Oh no.
I didn't like it.
You didn't like it.
I
That
didn't.
surprises me.
Maybe I need to jump to the second because I didn't like the first episode of What If either. So.
I actually thought the first episode of Star Wars Visions was one of the best ones.
Ooh boy.
Yeah. There's another one that's really good. I'll talk to you about.
I was gonna say I was looking for recommendations on which episode to jump to since they're
No, they're not connected.
anthology. Yeah. So you can just
So-
go to episode 4. And
I remember watching the first one and going, "Oh my god, this is incredible," and then getting to episode 2 and going, "What the fuck am I watching?"
I love the art style.
Yeah,
Just the story didn't really pull
and
me
the
in.
art style's different for every
Yeah,
every
yeah, I
episode.
remember that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we shall see.
So on to the bad news.
Oh no,
Oh no, I see it.
There is bad news.
it's not Alec Baldwin, is it?
Every single
no.
major Marvel property that we've been like really excited for, not named Spider-Man, has been pushed back.
Yeah, I saw that.
Again?
Yeah. Doctor Strange was supposed to come out, and that's the Multiverse of Madness, was supposed to come out March 25th, 2022, which I was really excited. I was like, oh, thanks, Benedict, right around my birthday month. That's cool of you. And he was like, no, fuck your birthday.
May.
We're going back to May 6th.
Son of a bitch. So we had something in November, December, and then nothing till May.
So, yeah.
That's hot trash.
And then
Yeah, Hawkeye.
we're so spoiled, right?
I know.
Like,
we
oh,
only get like
No.
4 years.
2
Stop
months?
it
Fucking
right
bullshit.
now.
You
Stop
kidding
it
me?
right now. Because 2020, we were not spoiled. We had all the things taken from us, and I was very sad, and there was nothing new. And then all of a sudden, I'm upset.
I get it because you're like, okay, we're back. Let's proceed on
we've
the
had
schedule.
all these wonderful like Disney Plus series. We've had Eternals.
Hush.
We've had Black Widow. It's been
Eternals
a good year.
technically isn't out yet,
No.
so don't say
Good
we've
lord.
had.
Good lord. And then Thor: Love and Thunder was originally the May 6th, and that got pushed back to July 8th.
That's the only problem with a connected universe. You push
Yeah.
back one, you got to push
Gotta
them all
push them
back.
all
I
back.
know.
Because those after credit scenes don't
Well, at
make
least
sense.
Thor
otherwise.
comes out my birthday month.
That's right. Black Panther: Wakanda Forever was originally supposed to be July 8th, and that got pushed back to November 11th.
See, it wasn't
2022.
without the 2020 drama, that was supposed to be like February's release. So we're literally like almost an entire year fully behind now.
And then we've got the Marvels, which was supposed to come out in November of next year. That got pushed back to February of 2023. And then Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania was supposed to be February 17th, 2023, and that got pushed back to July 28th. So just
wait.
like you said, they all it just cascaded. One
Does
got
that mean
pushed,
that
the other one got pushed.
Guardians, the holiday one, doesn't come out until December 23?
No, that one's supposed to come out this year, I thought.
2022.
Oh, next Christmas.
Yes.
Jesus.
But that one's probably...
So is that not connected to the...
I was going to say it's canon, but it's probably not connected. It's probably their own little story where they go to
Yeah.
a world and do something.
Gotcha. I thought that it was part
their
of
own
the-
little world and do, something.
But I mean, they're not going to come to Earth and fight,
Right.
whatever.
Right.
But, so, does Miss Marvel come out before the Marvels come out? Or is
Miss
it the other
Marvel,
way around?
the TV series?
Yes.
I believe that comes out before the Marvels.
Okay.
Because that's on the docket after Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And then we've also not heard anything about She-Hulk,
Yeah.
which apparently they announced World War Hulk, which is going to be coming out, and that is supposed to come after the She-Hulk series and involve things that
What?
happened in the She-Hulk series.
Huh?
Oh, yeah, you
I
heard
missed
it
this
here
announcement.
first. Yep.
Wow.
So that's supposed to start production late 2022.
Something I never thought would happen.
So which means we'll see it by 2030.
We're going to have a Hulk movie.
A actual Hulk movie.
How much did they have to pay Universal Pictures for this?
All the money.
An ass load of money, probably.
But they'll probably name it something else, and it won't just be Hulk in it, because that's really the only caveat, is it can't be just a solo Hulk movie. So they throw one more Avenger in there, you're done. You're golden.
Well,
Even
they just
cameos?
can't have Hulk in the title. That's the problem.
Right.
So you're right. If they just call it like World War Battle,
Yeah.
starring Hulk,
Bruce
They get
Banner.
the Dr. Thunder of Marvel titles. The Diet Zap. Whatever the hell. Anyway, we're going to take a quick break, and then we're going to jump into DC Fandome.
Liar.
Talk about all the wonderful things that we're going to talk about. Apparently, I'm a liar, too, which is, nothing new.
it's going to be a very long break.
We'll be right back. Oh, gosh. And we're
boy.
back after all the fun we were having. Oh, boy.
I told you it wasn't quick.
It was quick for them, not quick for us. So, DC Fandome. This came out the day of the happiest day of your life.
It's such a cruel joke.
Really is. That would come out that day. How would you have ever known?
I mean, it was funny because you sent me a very nice, well-worded text on the day of my marriage.
What? Thank you.
And I was like, thank you very much. Did you watch the Batman trailer yet?
Is that really how you responded?
That's actually exactly.
I
Hold
think
on.
so.
I'll read it for you.
That's how it plays in my head, at least.
Wow.
I did send you a message.
A very nice and lovely thing about me and my wife and our future life together and our friendship and blah, blah, blah. Did you watch the Batman trailer yet?
Thanks. Did you watch the Batman trailer?
It was funny. It was really funny because I did want to send him something very nice and heartfelt, and it literally was, "Thank you, man. I feel the same way." And then I was like, "I'm watching DC Fandome for you," and you're like, "Ha ha ha! I want the play-by-play of the Batman trailer." I was like, "Yeah, man, perfect, no problem."
Yeah. Rest of my life, blah, 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 blah.
Right,
So
right,
you
right.
didn't take any time out of your day at all to just pick up your phone and check out
I
the
was phone free for most of the day.
good. He was watching the
which is
Alabama
an-
game on our.
That was.
Wednesday, so that's why I was
it
curious.
a conscious decision because I knew I'd be just refreshing shit all day.
Yeah.
And I'd be sidetracked. And our day we got married early.
Yeah.
So like our day flew by.
Of course.
Breakfast was at 7:30 a.m. and then we're getting married
That
at 4
that,
o'clock.
that day is an absolute just blink your eyes and it's over with.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to be preoccupied with
No.
Batman
that's fair.
stuff.
No.
That's fair.
No,
But
and I just was like, whatever we can do to make this easy for you. And I don't hope I don't want to put too much of your personal stuff out there in the audio verse. The guy who officiated everything made me laugh so hard.
he's
Yeah.
the best, isn't he?
Well, he's really cool. He did a great job. It just before you guys came out, he was like, "Listen, Mark and Jen are getting married, and this is about them. And we're gonna, if they need to laugh, we're gonna laugh with them. If they're gonna cry, we're gonna cry with them. You're gonna do whatever it is that they're doing, and we're just gonna have a great time. Let's have a wedding." And I wanted to shout out and be like, "How many people have ruined weddings for you?"
Who hurt you before?
Yeah, I want to be like, who doesn't know how to act at a wedding?
If they're laughing, I need you to
Yeah,
fucking
you're
laugh,
gonna
okay?
fucking laugh.
Now, that being said,
He was excellent.
it was a beautiful ceremony. You guys killed it. It was amazing. I didn't cry because I'm a man, but Megan cried,
Well, like the whole time.
and it was gorgeous. But he
Yes.
made me laugh. How he was
Yes.
just like, "Listen, if they cry, we're gonna let them cry." I'm like,
And
what do
we're
you
gonna
expect
cry
somebody
too.
to like chastise them for showing emotion at the altar?
Ha! Look at that guy.
Yeah.
Look at him cry like a bitch.
Look at these sissies up here whining and crying. LOL. Anyway,
He's officiated some real jockey type weddings.
he has to have. Did you officiate a wedding for an auctioneer? Who takes this woman and take you to the woman? The one take the woman over there.
I mean, that's what it felt like. We got married in 20 minutes, so that was wonderful.
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Let's get to the party.
Yeah, I'm
It was
Greek.
awesome.
Weddings are usually 3.5 hours for the ceremony.
No, that's church weddings.
That's a Greek
Yeah.
Greek Orthodox wedding.
I'm not into that.
Me neither.
I would have shown up, but I wouldn't have been happy.
I told him, I'm like, you got 30 minutes.
All right. Let's get
Okay.
into
Yeah.
some DC Fandome. Enough about your personal shit, Mark.
Yeah, nobody gives a fuck about my wedding.
So there was an alternate ending to Suicide Squad. Did you know that?
No. Tell me more.
So originally,
really don't.
Ratcatcher 2 was supposed to like secretly get out with all the info about Waller and Project Starfish and everything, and she was going to get out and be trying to hide that and go back to prison, kind of like plotting her next move.
Mm-hmm.
And the last frame of the movie was Waller blowing her head off with the explosion and killing her.
Oh.
That would have been such a dark movie.
Yeah, that's kind of incredible.
James Gunn, man.
That was James Gunn's first choice. I can tell you just by the...
Because after that movie, everybody that I talked to was like, man, Ratcatcher 2 was awesome. Like, I really loved her character. I'm like, and that's why James Gunn wanted to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I want to go back. Remember when they had the casting announcement for this movie?
Yeah.
And we reviewed everybody just based on their names because we didn't know any of the characters?
Right.
I want to hear how close we were now because we're like, Ratcatcher 2? What the fuck? Like, why would you name somebody Ratcatcher 2?
Right.
That's the dumbest name I've ever heard of.
And we didn't even know Taika was going to be in the movie.
No, that was a surprise. Like, his name was popped up on things, but we didn't know what he was going to play.
Yeah.
I still thought he was going to be Bizarro. That's all I remember.
That would have been cool. That would have been cool. But let's get into actual DC fandom. Our expectations, my expectations, were critically low. I walked into this, and I did get to watch the first 2 hours of it, and I was just like, okay, this is fluff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's cast interviews and how much they all loved working with each other and how much their character feels about this, that, and the other. And I'm like, I don't care.
I do remember because when we were texting, you said they just spent an hour on the Aquaman cartoon, and I'm like, oh shit, they're padding.
It wasn't an hour. It wasn't an hour. That was me over exaggerating. They spent like
it probably felt like an hour,
10 minutes, and it felt like an hour, especially for somebody who really appreciates the Aquaman.
Yeah, I was like, oh shit, he is not happy.
To see that garbage, I was like, ugh.
I'm like, how are they going to fill 12 hours with 6 movies?
And they're like, this is fantastic. You should watch the animated Aquaman. I was like, I feel like this is too dumb even for kids.
There were a couple of shows like that where I saw there was one CGI series that kind of looked like Cars, but it was all the cars from the DC universe, and the Batmobile was the main character.
Wow.
It's like a Y7 series, and I'm like, oh shit, what is this?
Yeah,
what are they doing?
Not watching that one.
Yeah, I can't say I will be either. I am also not 7.
But the big one that they started out with was they were talking about Shazam pretty early on, Fury of the Gods. And all they do is show like a 10-second little clip of Zachary Levi, standing and saying, I wish there were lights on for this. I was like, what? This is what we got for Shazam, Fury of the Gods? I thought they wrapped production on this. Y'all got a trailer for it?
You didn't see the trailer?
They dropped a trailer?
Yeah, there was a full trailer.
Wow.
You tuned out too early.
I was done with it.
It looks awesome because they're doing it wasn't a trailer, it was technically a teaser, and it had a lot of behind the scenes, like Zachary Levi sitting in a chair and the director sitting in a chair talking about how cool the movie is.
Yeah.
Kind of like what they did with Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
But it's cool. They're doing like mythical gods and monsters kind of stuff. And I'm like,
the Aquaman featurette I really liked. I thought that was good. But y'all know how I feel about Aquaman. But here's a realization I had about DC fandom, and it's about The Rock.
Oh, boy.
the man stuck in the void.
I was watching this trailer and watching a lot about The Rock, and I was like, The Rock is really into himself.
It's very obvious. Just look at him.
Just after watching him enough, I was like, he's the male version of Gal Gadot.
Yeah.
Like, she loves herself. She is super into her looking a specific way, and Black Adam looks like the exact same thing. Yeah. Black Adam looks like a love letter from The Rock to The Rock.
Well,
what would I be if I was a superhero? Black Adam. That's what The Rock said.
Yeah. I thought you were legitimately asking. I was like, I might be able to answer that question for you.
He's like, as soon as he's standing on that infinite void, the green screen stage that is DC Fandome, and he's like, the power levels in DC are about to change. And I'm like, oh boy.
Oh man.
So that's him going, I am the most powerful person in this universe.
And
Let's
DC was
establish
okay
this
with
right now.
this because I'm The Rock.
Yeah, because they've been trying to sign me for 6 years, and I finally said okay.
And the way they showed it, the way just they showed a little teaser from the show or from the movie, and I was like, oh boy.
It's going to be a lot of him electrocuting people into dust.
And just being overtly powerful.
Yeah.
And I don't know what's going to even be able to stand in his way to be, strong enough. Do you think we see Shazam in Black Adam? I know we see Hawkman.
We will see Shazam. It's going to be Black Adam versus the Justice Society, I believe, based on the casting. I would assume that's what they're doing.
And then Hawkman's going to travel forward in time to the Justice League.
Yeah.
And then tell them about Black Adam, and then we'll get a Rock versus Black Adam versus whatever.
Henry Cavill Superman, perhaps?
I don't know if we're going to see a Henry Cavill Superman ever again.
They're good buddies, I think.
Well, that's cool. I mean, Superman should dominate that fight. But because it's The Rock, it won't happen. I don't know. Another thing we also got to see was another look at Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League.
Oh, yes.
That video game looks interesting. I did not change my opinion on it, the new trailer that we saw. I did love them messing around with Penguin, talking about Amanda Waller and watching him get zapped over and over and over again. It kind of reminded me of a scene from The Office. You ever see that? You've watched The Office plenty of times, right?
Yes.
When Michael is at Sandals, Jamaica, and they're recording all the meetings for him. Oh. And then Jim is like, Dwight is taking his shirt off and blah, 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 blah. And then all of a sudden Andy goes, I am cutting Phyllis's head off with a chainsaw. That's what King Shark did that to the Penguin bit.
Yeah.
I love a fat, chubby penguin, so.
Yeah, me too.
We've had too many slim and
me too.
Trim penguins. I like a little chubby man running down the street being chased by somebody.
And then we got another good look at Gotham Knights. And I'm more of a focus on the Court of Owls.
Yeah.
Which is going to be a good one. That one I think got a delay too. I think they pushed it back a little bit. But in terms of trailers, there's really 3 properties that I felt did a good job. First one being Peacemaker. Peacemaker is not what I expected. It looks a lot more like a buddy cop comedy style show than anything serious. And granted, it's Peacemaker.
Yeah.
But I really don't know what to expect from this show.
I think it's going to be goofy, and then somebody's head explodes from a giant, oversized pistol.
Yeah. I saw a lot of interactions between the cast for Peacemaker, and I was like, this is going to be an ensemble thing. It's not going to be following him or anything dark and gritty. I mean, there's going to be some messed up things that happen, and I think they're going to take a little bit from The Boys, actually.
Yeah. It kind of feels like that when you look at it. So I like that. And I like the fact that we're getting a majority of that same cast from Suicide Squad, that same back office team.
The two of the main ones, the handler, the female that's going to be the handler, who they did not indicate she could do any sort of combat or martial arts, and in the show they make her look like she's a badass.
Yeah.
And then the tall 6'8" guy who's supposed to be the man behind the computer. So I think that's going to be interesting.
And then the new girl.
And
the intern or whatever.
Right.
Intern-ish.
Who's the guy who plays his dad? He was in Terminator 2 Judgment Day. He's been in a lot of things lately.
Oh, my God. I can't think of his name.
He's playing Peacemaker's father.
Yeah.
We get to see John Cena get a big hug from a giant eagle.
He's hugging a bald eagle. There's nothing more American.
He's like, Dad, go get my camera. He's hugging me. I don't want to move. It just looks like it's going to be a really, really good. It's got James Gunn written all over it.
It's going to be a good time.
It really is. I thought Peacemaker did good. They met my expectations.
Yeah, and I don't know, because all this was streamed everywhere, so I don't know if they had limitations as far as doing an R-rated trailer. So that might be why we didn't get to see much of the action part of it. So that could definitely be.
We didn't get to see a lot of action. I think also because it's just going to be too gory.
Yeah, I'd rather just wait. I don't want to see all that stuff now.
Yeah. But that's going to be good. Peacemaker, I think, is really going to do a good job. But then let's talk about one that we hadn't seen anything from. And we finally got a trailer, air quotes trailer. You don't really see much.
Yeah.
But this is clearly going to be the Flashpoint movie.
Oh, yeah.
So Flash, we see a lot of different things. We see Flash going back to his childhood home. We see him talking to his mother, which is obviously that big point of Flashpoint. Do we see Reverse Flash in this movie, do you think? I think we have to almost.
I don't think we technically see Reverse Flash, but there is another version of Barry Allen who he's working with in the trailer.
Yep.
That's got to be Reverse Flash.
Yeah.
That's got to be who ends up being Reverse Flash.
I don't know, but we do hear a lot of Michael Keaton.
Yeah. He did the
who
voiceover.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, it does.
And then you even see the profile of Batman in the Batcave.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Barry Allen. Oh, we get to see the Flash ring for the first time, too.
Yeah.
That was exciting.
Yeah, this felt like a lot of, what did everybody love about the Flash TV series? So
Yeah.
like, okay, the stuff with his mom, the ring going into the suit, just like the comic, or the suit going into the ring, just like the comics.
Mm-hmm.
The suit was awesome. That's my favorite Flash suit, I think, in live action ever.
I agree. The light up versions, which is like kind of like the Speed Force emanating off of the suit, was really freaking cool.
And I'm pretty sure that's a suit that's in Flashpoint.
And I hope we don't see tons and tons of lightning like we did in Justice League off of him. I mean, I get it, but I don't want to see all that. And hopefully they don't make his run so damn goofy in this one either.
I remember watching it. I'm like, is he going to trip? Like,
Yeah.
why is he running like that?
Why is this happening?
I think they were trying to do a style thing where it's like, okay, he's not quite there yet, but he just looked like he was running for the first time.
Right. Like, I want to see him do that run in slow-mo. Not in slow-mo, but like when he's not super sped and run. I want to see how that run looks.
All floppy.
In real time, yeah. I imagine that's like a squid trying to make it out of an aquarium and what it would look like if it was squirting along the ground.
I mean, speaking of profiles, we also got to see the profile of the Batmobile.
Oh, yeah. Of the old school Michael Keaton
that's
Batmobile.
the 89 Batmobile right there.
And I love so you're in? You know he's in. You know damn well he's in. But no Batfleck.
Yeah, he's going to be in it because he's admitted he's in it, but it's going to be minimal.
Also, no real villain. I mean, we talk Reverse Flash, but they don't show any villain at all.
I think it's going to be Reverse Flash.
Just that it's got to be.
So my worst fear of all time. I don't like Ezra Miller as a Flash. Now I get to see Ezra Miller be his own villain as well.
I disagree with you there. I don't think it's going to be Ezra Miller playing Reverse Flash because Eobard Thawne is a completely different entity.
I think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be Eobard Thawne. I think it's just going to be an alternate version of the Flash who has different intentions than the main Flash. Just
well,
I will
just
have
my idiotic. About that. And I love that both Flashes are riding a car up to Wayne Manor.
Yeah, what is that? Well, he does lose
that's
his powers.
Right. Yeah, maybe that's it. But we'll have to see.
We shall.
But the king of DC Fandome, and DC Fandome clearly leaned into it hard.
As
they
expected.
knew what the people wanted. And in my opinion...
Batgirl, right?
Yeah.
Yes. In my opinion, they delivered on the Batman. We get trailer 2. We get a lot of new aspects to the Batman. We get a lot of things that we weren't necessarily... I mean, things that we assumed but we didn't see. We get to see a lot more of Colin Farrell's Penguin.
That man.
We get to see more of Paul Dano's The Riddler. And I sent this to a guy who I knew to be a big Batman fan that's not named Mark. And he said, this movie looks like trash. I was like, what are you watching? I don't understand. This looks like a very gritty, young Batman.
I'm calling his Batman card. I don't know who this man is.
Yeah.
But is he a big Batman fan from just the Christopher Nolan Batman?
Right. No. He's supposedly the big comic book Batman. He likes all that. But I'm like, if you like comic book Batman and you like true to Batman, you like this.
This is Batman
as true as it
year
gets.
1, year 2, Detective Comics Batman.
Yes.
That's what this is.
Yeah.
And I love it.
And it looks, and I said we may see the best Batman yet out of Robert Pattinson.
What a weird sentence to say.
I know. I was literally just thinking that. I was like, the fact that you're forming that sentence, which we've had this discussion in regards to the Heath Ledger casting as well. We saw that he was going to be, and what do we know him from?
Yeah.
The late 90s, early 2000s romance movies. So the moment
glittery vampire boy.
So
I was telling my mom, she's like, what are you talking about on the podcast this week? She doesn't listen, but
Come on, Mom!
She has a general interest. She doesn't know how podcasts work. But she's like, what radio station is it on?
Lovely lady, by the way.
But she's like, oh, so who's playing Batman now? I said, Robert Pattinson. She said, the glittery vampire boy? I said, yeah, she does.
She's not wrong.
No.
he might blow it out of the water.
Many of Batman action figures growing up, so she's contributed to the problem. But but okay, when Michael Keaton,
Thanks a lot, Mrs. K.
when Michael Keaton was cast, everybody went, fucking Beetlejuice is going to be Batman.
Yeah.
And now everybody's like, Michael Keaton's back. Oh my God, the best Batman is back.
And then you had Heath Ledger, and everybody was like, Brokeback Mountain, 10 Things I Hate About You. And now you're looking at the most iconic superhero villain in any movie that's been out.
So
that's, like it's weird to say that the MCU's 8-movie villain arc for Thanos, I still put him second place to Heath Ledger as the Joker.
it's a well-made movie.
Yeah.
It is. It's just really good. And that's not on Thanos. I mean, it's just, damn, Heath Ledger really crushed it.
Yep.
So this new Batman movie.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Very excited.
I
I love the idea of the Riddler as a serious villain.
Yes,
I think that's going to be great.
Yes.
I'm getting my own expectations through the roof for this.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a bad thing.
Yeah.
Because I really want live action Court of Owls to be the 3-movie arc for this. I see all the pieces falling into place, and I'm like, are they doing Court of Owls? Like, are they going to do it? Like, I want it so bad.
And
it's such a good story. It's the best thing to come out of the New 52. Like, it's the only story worth fucking telling on screen.
The best thing about it, too, and this is going to sound odd, is that there is no Joker. There's no Joker in this, and that's a good thing. I think people have Joker with, not withdrawals, but they need to take a break.
It's burnout.
Yeah.
Because and Joker is always at a high level, so it's like, give us a break.
You
Batman's
won't have a
rogues gallery.
secondary Joker villain.
Yeah. Like, I am excited with the idea of a Penguin, a Riddler, possibly the Court of Owls and Talon. Like,
yeah.
I'm very excited for that.
I'd even see a well-done Mr. Freeze.
Yes.
Or, or even put Deathstroke in there.
Oh, give us a Mr. Freeze Heart of Ice. Oh, my God. The story where you kind of feel sympathetic for him.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Those are my favorite villains.
Yeah.
That you're like, this dude is right.
Yeah.
Like Thanos, he's right. Heath Ledger, a little crazy, but I was like, I get where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why you're doing what you're doing. Those are the best villains to me.
Yes.
And
it's the Magneto argument.
Yeah. He's one of my favorite, if not my favorite, Marvel villain.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done enough bad things for me to say villain.
Yeah.
I can't call him anti-hero or,
They have you on their side until they cross the line, then you're like, you lost me.
Yep. And that's Magneto. But yeah, this is going to be the primary Batman, I think, going forward.
Yeah.
I wonder if we see Pattinson in the Flash movie, because this is going to be that successful where they're going to go, we need to do something with this.
If this is the smash hit that they really want it to be, and that I think it's going to be, that's the after credit scene.
Yeah. That would be interesting to see. But at the same time, it makes me worry. Part of me wants this to be its own Batman universe.
Yeah.
Part of me wants this to say, you know what? Just don't mess with it.
Yes.
Yeah, we don't need a Superman. We don't need any of these other people.
No.
I'm the same. I think that there's so much to Batman that I think that he doesn't need.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not necessary.
And also, let's talk about some of the other folks that are crushing it and they look like they are in this trailer. Not just Paul Dano, not just Pattinson, but Zoe Kravitz.
Yeah.
Her little quick interactions with the Batman and her saying, who's under the mask? I'm like, I feel this tension, this relationship in this trailer.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see how those two interact. Colin Farrell. Oh, easy, sweetheart.
Fucking master of disguise over here.
So many
Look at this
people
guy.
were like, yo, that's Colin Farrell. And we're like, yeah.
What happened to him?
Yeah.
No. It's just prosthetics. It's fine.
Yeah. I mean, he is looking so good.
He's a quintessential penguin. Like, I love it.
And there's a lot of things too that you hinted on earlier, is like the year 2 Batman. They're showing a lot of brutality out of this Batman. Like, I won't kill you, but I will leave you on death's door.
Mm-hmm.
And you even see that shock out of a couple of the characters in the movie. Jim Gordon, Catwoman. You even see Alfred Pennyweather looking at the camera going, oh, dear God.
Oh, speaking of castings, Alfred.
Yeah.
How good was Andy Serkis as Alfred?
Mm-hmm.
Well, he looks good in the trailer, for sure.
Yeah. I saw it. I'm like, I can get in on this.
I think...
I know you're still mad at him about Venom 2. I get it.
I am. And I actually feel that when I see his face now.
Oh,
He's
no.
like, you motherfucker.
Fucking Andy But I will say this. Other than Michael Caine, he looks to be one of the best actors that's played this role.
Yeah. He's a great young Alfred, like,
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, based on earlier, have you guys watched Batman the Animated Series, the old one from like early 90s?
I have.
I
grew up on that.
That show went 8 to 10 seasons, no Superman, no Flash. It was just Batman and his villains, and that's it.
That's enough. We don't, yeah.
And that's proof positive that he has such a deep reach for his villain pool. They don't need to reach into other universes and cross stuff over.
And Penguin says, Colin Farrell came out and said, I'm not in this movie a lot. I'm not in a ton of it, so don't be expecting me to be the main villain. I'm not.
He could be in the first 10 minutes and we never see him again.
I bet we even see Harvey Dent.
That'd be a cool one.
That's another villain that could be very good for that feel of a universe. I mean, the way they did him in Dark Knight, fantastic.
Man, you said Mr. Freeze earlier, and I can't get that out of my head. Have you guys seen the Mr. Freeze Batman the Animated Series episode?
No.
Heart of Ice?
No.
I have a statue from that show in my office.
That's amazing.
That episode will make me a Mr. Freeze fan forever. So I will be sure to look up the episode number and send it to you because it's on HBO
Heart
Max
of
now.
Ice.
Yeah,
Yes.
we'll be watching it for sure.
It's his origin
I really
story.
Yeah.
loved Victor Freeze. I love his character. I think he's great. Just, it's one of those things. Arnold Schwarzenegger is capable of ruining things for you.
Yeah. Well, this will take all that goofiness and all the like out of it. Like
Chill.
It's just a man trying to cure his wife's incurable disease.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it gives you that you're rooting for him kind of thing because he's trying to do the right thing. But then,
Right.
like we said before, he just turns that corner right at the end.
He's also one of those guys that he may be a villain. True blue. He is a villain, but he does have limits. There are things that he's like, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah. He's not blowing up cities.
Right. He's not trying to kill so many people, but he does have a dark side.
But if he needs something, he's going to rob a place.
Yeah, he's got a mean streak.
Yep.
But I don't know. This trailer was so good. It's got, you say your expectations are high. Mine are up there with you, man. Mine are through the roof.
Oh, Robert Pattinson.
And this is coming out in March, and we're only on trailer 2.
Oh my gosh.
I hope they don't show us much more. I think I might stop after this.
They really should chill out. I am physically incapable of stopping. If they drop a trailer, I've got to watch it.
I usually skip like Shang-Chi, I skip the last 2. I'm like, I saw the first 2. I saw the teaser and the first real trailer. I don't want to see much more than this.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much I saved myself because I still haven't seen them to this day.
Yeah.
But
Not much.
it's a Batman movie. How much do you really need to promote it?
And you've already killed it with these 2. Leave it.
Yeah.
Don't touch it. Leave it right there.
Hey everybody, a Batman movie's coming out.
I'll take
That's
a
all you
little
need
bit.
to
I'll
do.
take a little bit of a featurette on Paul Dano. A little bit more about the Riddler. Maybe a featurette on Catwoman or Alfred, but nothing that's going to go into the plot more.
Oh, I want a Hush. Hush is a great villain.
That is a really great villain.
I'm just thinking of different villains I want in this universe now.
Calendar Man.
Oh boy.
Condiment King.
Condiment King.
Calendar Man was in Suicide Squad.
You know who else could be really good? And if you want to do a horror in a really gritty style, although it'd be interesting to see how they did it, Grundy.
Oh,
Like a huge Solomon Grundy.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Born on a Monday.
There's, Solomon Grundy. You got Swamp Thing. You got Clayface.
You mean Killer Croc?
Well,
you said Swamp Thing.
Yeah, Swamp Thing.
Swamp Thing has fought Batman?
Yeah.
Swamp Thing's his own thing to me.
Yeah,
And
there's crossover of everything.
Yeah.
Did I say it was good?
I wouldn't mind seeing Killer Croc, though.
Oh, yeah. Man.
Yeah, Clayface. Clayface would be a good one, too.
Clayface is awesome. Clayface was my favorite toy when I was a kid. Because it was like, he was so much bigger than the other ones. He was just awesome.
Mine was the Batman with the cape that was like cloth. That when you threw it across the room, it looked like that cape was really whipping through the wind. What was that? Nothing. I'll clean it up. I'm sorry. I love you. Anyway, DC Fandome, I think overall was kind of duds. But the three things they wanted to hit on,
they
hit on.
Yeah.
The only challenge is they spread it so long.
Yeah, I don't know why they're trying to turn it into Comic-Con.
Crap I don't want to see, crap I don't want to see. Hey, cool trailer. Crap I don't want to see, crap I don't want to see.
I will tell you, if they do a live, like a Comic-Con style fandom event, I'm going to that.
Oh, nice.
Because, it's going to have all the Batmobiles and all the Superman pods and shit. Like, I want to see all that stuff in person.
The cosplay would also be top tier.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
At that event.
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Oh, boy.
Make it happen.
Yeah, I think we do need to make it happen. We're going to start it right here on this show.
We got this, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. We're going to do great. Spandex for everyone.
Ooh, it's almost time for footballs.
Almost time for the ball of foozes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us here at the Alter Ego Podcast. Thank you so much for checking us out and joining the show. We will see you next week with... I don't know.
Another episode.
But I think our focus, maybe it's Dune, maybe it's not. All I know is we'll see you next week.
Yep.
How you doing?
How you doing? Oh, easy, sweetheart. Right when you wanted it. That's when I stopped it. You wanted the drop, I took it away from you.